Welcome to Beechwood Bells, where humidity is the magic ingredient. Today's workout is an exercise ladder. The warm-up is short and simple and sweet. 1 round, 5 reps, bodyweight squats, reverse lunges, one-arm swings, and push-ups. Just once. The big, chunky first circuit, possibly your only circuit today, but I hope not, is 9 different exercises, laddering up 1 rep per side as you move through this circuit, which you will do 4 times. 2 Turkish get-ups. That means you're gonna do 2 on your right, then 2 on your left. 1 arm swings, 3 of those per side, 4 high pulls per side, a clean and a push press, 5 of those per side, 6 per side, so 12 alternating, really heavy as you can, plank drags, stick bugs with your long red band, 7 of those per side. No equipment at all needed for the bicycles, good old fashioned bicycles straight from Jane Fonda, right? You will need 1 dumbbell for 9 a piece, bicep curls, and you will need a bench, a box, a chair, a sofa for your single leg elevated hip thrusts. You will do 10 per side of those. 4 rounds. Circuit 2, 20 skull crushers, 1 set. 1 glute bomb. You will need a hip circle for that. That's 1 set. And then 2 swingaroos. A swingaroo is just like a swingaroo, but there's no 5 two-handed swings at the end. Instead of it being 35 swings, it's 30 swings. I used a 16 for my warm-up swings, a 12 for my first set of get-ups, a 16 for my cleans and push presses, a 20 for my plank drags, the long red band for my banded stick bugs, the dumbbells for my bicep curls, 1 is 15, 1 is 20, and a bench for my single leg elevated hip thrusts, which I also sat on for my bicep curls. Hi. Here's the warm-up. 1 round, 5 reps, 5 bodyweight squats. Go deep. Keep that back straight though. Keep the heels on the floor for those squats. All lunges on one side, then switch to the other. Big stride back so you can get a little dynamic stretch happening in your hip flexors and hamstrings a little bit. Keep a focal point for balance. 1 arm swings, 5 per side. Remember, the workout is written in the description box below. Five push-ups. Nice tight plank, neutral neck. On to circuit 1. 2 reps per side of a Turkish get-up. This is what I like to call my warm-up set, so I'm using a 12 kilo, making sure it's doable so that I can move up in weight on my 3 remaining sets. Trying to get into a position to show you in the best angle all the moves. Note I'm moving both legs to get into the half kneeling position. Make sure you do whatever is most comfortable for you and that allows you to stay under the bell safely. Got a great question from Michael in the comments about this, whether you swivel the back knee or move the front leg, which kind of moves your whole body. Either one is fine. So from 2 get-ups, we go to 3 one-armed swings, From 3 swings, we go to 4 high pulls per side. This is a 16 kilo bell. And from 4 high pulls, we go to 5 clean and press. Hike, clean, dip and drive. Dip and drive. My heels are coming up off the floor, and I was playing with trying to keep them on the floor, and I wound up doing a jerk, which you'll see on the last rep. A jerk is a double knee dip. There it is. That was a jerk. That would be a good tutorial to make. That's a level 2 skill, push presses and jerks. Other level 2 skills include windmills, bent presses, and double snatches. This is if you're thinking about getting a certification, which you totally should. Probably one of the easier ways to learn how to do a push press is to use a bell that you cannot strict press, so that forces you to cheat. It's just a cheating press. This is a plank drag. I'm using a 20 kilo bell, trying to lift it up and move it instead of dragging it. My plank is all over the place, but hey man, I'm cutting myself some slack here. And these are the stick bugs, banded stick bugs. So it's just a banded bug with straight legs, like a stick insect. Praying mantis. Looking through my crotch, my core is pretty much on fire here. So if you're doing these and you're not on fire, you really want to bring your breastbone and your pubic bone together. Really zip that up right into bicycles. Good old-fashioned bicycles. So what's going on here is doing 3 core exercises in a row helps to smoke your core. And single leg elevated hip thrusts, 10 per side, very doable. Extend those hips all the way. I hope that the quality of this video has improved. I switched from InShot app, editing app on my phone, and then screen recording it and uploading it to YouTube from my phone, and I switched to editing it on iMovie. Second round of the workout. Now I'm on a 16 kilo bell. Remember to squeeze that handle. Those little fingerprint pads of your fingers are secret strength weapons. I'm going to show you something special. I'm going to make a mistake. And if everything is working right in the video as I've edited it will be in slow motion right there and filtered. See how that leg just popped up like that? Very common mistake. I wasn't squeezing the handle, and I wasn't keeping tension in my body as I rolled to my side. And I vowed right then and there that I would not let that happen for the remaining sets, and I would not go down in weight. So, stay tuned. I like this little part of this circuit little chain. I got a lot of feedback on the workout from the other day that it was a little pukey. My bell got a little wobbly there. That was another mistake. You do not have to rush through any of these exercises. Technique is always the most important thing. Think of it as practice. Remember to keep that elbow close to your body on those cleans, the hike, the clean, and hiking it high in your junk. You can even take your time to change your foot stance if you like it a little wider for the clean and a little closer for the push press. It is definitely a tedious thing to keep moving your feet, but it's perfectly fine. Plank drags, staying with the 20. $12 of these total. I forgot to do my bicep curls in the first round. Just flew straight out of my mind. Stick bugs. I like to make up names for exercises. I don't know if names already exist for them. Sometimes I know, sometimes I don't. I take pretty frequent breaks from social media, and that's where I pick up a lot of my inspiration. So sometimes I'll make something up and then I'll see it on Instagram or something and be like, oh, that's what that was. Slets, single leg elevated hip thrusts. These are from Brett Contreras, the glute guy. If you're not following him and you want big, strong glutes, or even just a heavier deadlift, or want to learn how to barbell hip thrust, he's amazing. $10 per side of these. Every round is the same, so the ladder really is in exercise to exercise. It's not in round to round. So I'm going with the 15-pound dumbbell here because I'm going to do 2 sets in a row to make up for the set I forgot in circuit 1. I don't know how the weather is where you live, but here in eastern Pennsylvania, it is humid. It's 73. There's a mirror where I'm looking. Straightening the arm all the way at the bottom to fully stretch the bicep muscle. And using that leg to keep me from cheating. Don't do a lot of bicep curls, but they're effective and not necessarily very efficient. There's so many other ways you can build your biceps and simultaneously build other parts of your body, like pull-ups, push-ups, bench presses, multi-joint movements. So we don't do a lot of isolated bodybuilding kind of movements. Most of our work is multi-joint, and it's a good time to take a bicep curl or something like that out of your toolbox is when you've had a workout that has smoked you. So the foot stayed down a little bit better there. And you need to go a little bit, not necessarily lighter, but a little bit easier for your subsequent workouts so you don't hurt yourself, but so that you don't lose the momentum you've gained in your consistency. So I don't have to move my feet. I'm just cleaning with my legs a little narrower. I tried to go back to barbell training during quarantine. I got 20 days of Dan John's 40 days of easy strength program done, and then I quit it, and then I did 1 week of my go-to barbell training, and I just keep coming back to these kettlebell workouts. Number one, because I'm making these videos for you. Number two, I'm teaching them as classes for my clients who do not have access to barbells right now. And I think it's one of those blessings of quarantine is giving my barbells a rest and returning to my strength training roots in kettlebells with a little drumming. I was playing an 80s mix. There was some Erasure and some Lionel Richie. Fun stuff. Bicycles are so old-fashioned, but they just keep that core engaged throughout those 3 different exercises. So moving on to a 20-pound bell, it's just a little too heavy for me. So I will start to help myself with my other hand. Just a little tap. And then I can get the full eccentric portion of the lift, the downward movement. Right arm is so much stronger than the left. Is that your experience too? Third round of single leg elevated hip thrusts. Keeping looking forward, just cantilevering my torso. You can let the spine extend. It's fine, especially if you're doing barbell hip thrusts. Last round, best round. Turkish getups are great to help you press heavier. There's something really awesome about demystifying a heavy weight. If you have your eyeballs on the prize of pressing a kettlebell that's currently out of your realm, work on getting a Turkish getup with that weight, and you'll be pressing it before you know it. And be patient with yourself. I completely spaced out on my swings and high pulls. I thought I did them, and I totally did not do them, but I still got in a good workout. Perfect is the enemy of the good. Flexing. Oh yeah. Endorphins. So watch this. Engaging the lat, unengaging, engaging the lat. See that? That's what we're talking about here. The push press and the jerk are some of the only exercises where you let those knees come forward past your toes. Have you found your rhythm yet? Are you in that flow? Feels good. Make sure you take as much rest as you need to between exercises, between rounds. I've cut out all that part because otherwise the video would be an hour and a half long. If you need to get this done, certainly do double dumbbell bicep curls, and it will cut some time off of your workout. Last set of sleds. concentrating on the glute, mind-muscle connection. It's a real thing. Circuit 2 coming up. Short and sweet. Unlike that tall and salty circuit 1. 20 skull crushers. This is a 14 kilo bell. It's already challenging, but being 2 hands and another isolated exercise, we can get through it. Remember not to crush your skull. Glute bomb, hip circle, just above the knees, 10 glute bridges. At the top of the 10th, you'll do 10 abduction pulses. Then you'll do 9 glute bridges, 9 pulses, 8 glute bridges, 8 pulses, 7 and 7, all the way down to 1 and 1, taking as many rest breaks as you need to along the way. This is something you could do almost daily and challenge yourself to get the whole thing done in one go with no rest. All sorts of ways to make progress. Constant tension on the band during the glute bridges as well. I couldn't remember what the hell I was doing. That was 7, I think. And if you're sliding backwards, you can put some kind of mat or something against your head and dig your elbows into the ground. These are so simple and so effective. One of my favorite exercises. Two swing-a-raws. So 5 one-armed swings, then 4, 3, 2, 1, 30 swings. If you haven't tried twirling the bell at the switch, play around with that, it's fun. Not necessary. Just an option. Last one, best one. When you know you're in the home stretch, a little extra burst of energy just comes out of nowhere to see you across that finish line. And that's it. Way to go, warrior. Thank you so much for working out with me. If you are digging my content, please like, share, subscribe. My family thanks you for keeping me sane, because when I'm not sane, they're in danger. So I want you to stay sane and strong and safe and smoking, because you are a badass. Tune in Monday for an all-new kettlebell workout. Go on with your bad self.